Hello, good afternoon, Facebook world. It is Wednesday, and it is our Wednesday Facebook Live at noon. And we are super excited to have Goldfish Swim School of Urbandale with us today. This is Alexis, and
Hi.
she is going to be talking about all things Goldfish Swim School. And you guys just celebrated your first birthday, correct?
Yep, just the middle of February. Yep, 1 year,
That's
1 year old.
crazy. It's crazy. So tell us a little bit about Goldfish and some things that we should know about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Goldfish, like you had mentioned, we've been here for just about 1 year. So we are a swim school that specializes in swim lessons for youth, babies, toddlers from 4 months old until 12 years of age.
Wow. Yeah. So you have like tiny, do you have quite a bit of tiny babies that like sign up for 4 months old?
Yeah, so we call them the mini classes. They're my personal favorite to watch, all the way starting at 4 months old. So they're really working on a lot of like kind of the basic safety skills and the introduction to water. Those baby classes, the parent is actually in the water too. But yeah, starting right at 4 months, we have quite a few mini classes, especially the weekends. Pretty much all day that we're open on weekends, we have babies all over the place.
So fun. And to be totally honest, I have two kids who actually swim at Goldfish. And before, like, I never really thought about swim lessons for them at that age, at 4 months. Like, it kind of came to mind, once they were, more active in the water, like 4 or 5 years old. But it's truly really important to start that young to start getting them used to the water and stuff, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So our mini classes are really working on just a lot of like introduction to the water and making them just like really comfortable. So we're conditioning them to be prepared to actually like go underwater, and we incorporate a lot of fun. So one of the key kind of factors of any of our curriculum, especially those younger classes, is we actually have the science of swim play. So we really incorporate fun into every single thing that we do. The mini classes, I'm sure you've seen when you've been in here, we have like a fun skill. And one of my favorite ones is we actually have them go down the slide. So it's awesome, really, focusing on like socialization and, like bonding with the parents. So the mini classes are really, really fun to watch. But definitely, you can never really start them too young. One of the things that I think is really cool at that age, they really don't have a fear for the water. So being able to introduce them and kind of working on those safety skills, that will help them be safer in and around the water when they get older too. It's really never too early to start.
That's great. And so as the class level, so you have the little baby ones, and then so explain to me how those work. Like, so when someone enrolls their child, how do you place them, and then how do you know when they're ready to move up a different level?
Yeah, so we do have a swim assessment on our website, and then all of the front desk staff too. We'll go through the swim assessment. So first, our curriculum is really broken down by age. So we have a variety of age groups. I mentioned that we have students from 4 months old to 12 years. So obviously, we break them up quite a bit. But based on the age, we'll go through like their swim background and their swim experience. So if they have had formal lessons, if they haven't, and then also just their comfort in the water. So we'll find, essentially like the right fit class for them. One of the really kind of things that sets Goldfish apart is we actually have deck supervisors on deck progressing the students. So kind of what that means, our lessons are perpetually based, so they go year round. So we don't have, a session where you're in 8 weeks. If your student meets all of the end goals for the class that they're in, they don't have to sit in that class, while it's not necessarily challenging to them anymore. And they actually will move kind of up at their own pace, which is really, really nice.
And I think that's one of my children's favorite part is like at the end of class, when they show up with the card with the little ribbon and they're like, oh, we get to move up. And you guys do such a wonderful job with celebrating that. Cause then at the end, as they're walking out, they get to ring a little bell, and it's like, it's a whole ordeal. And I love how you guys make it a big deal because they get so excited to continue on to the next level, which is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. So the cowbell is personally one of my favorite parts about being on the dry side. So kind of like you had mentioned, when a student actually, graduates out of that level and progresses on to the next, everyone in the facility really celebrates. So that's actually one of our core values that we focus on is celebrating life's accomplishments. So, the really big ones of being able to pass that level, but we also have celebration ribbons that we give out to students, really often. And really try to focus on celebrating, even putting their face in, or, really active participation, or, good listening skills. So one of the really awesome things about Goldfish is that, we really do celebrate every single accomplishment. And then we really, really celebrate the big ones too.
Yeah, yeah, it's so much fun. So tell me some things that make you guys stand out. I know like my kids love going there because it's always so warm. Like you don't even feel like it's been negative outside, but like when you get in the pool, it's like you're in your own little tropical paradise. So tell us some things that make you guys stand out.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of joke that I want to wear flip-flops to work every day because I work in a tropical paradise. So a couple of things, you can see the pool behind us. We do have a really fun, like, tropical facility. So one of the kind of main factors that goes into actually like the facility itself is creating a really fun, like, colorful, vibrant, kid-friendly space where, it's as much of a place for the kid as it is for the parent. Out on the pool deck, we actually have what we call our sugar-free zone. So the water is 92 degrees, and then the air in there is 90. So, there are already a lot of things that we're really working on when trying to get kids into the water for the first time. Having them be cold really isn't something else that we want to combat. And, we live in Iowa, so it's nice today, but it was negative, 20 for
Right.
a week or so. So we actually have a blow dry bar. Which is really nice. So there's 4 blow dryers. We make sure that we sanitize those super regularly so you don't have to leave with a wet head of hair. And we also have a swimsuit dryer too. So that is a really, really nice option. Completely wrings out your swimsuit so you don't have to leave with a swimsuit and make it go icy when you get outside.
Right. One of my favorite things as a parent bringing my kids there, like I pack their pajamas, like because we're in the evening, obviously, and I pack their
Yep.
pajamas and they get in the pool, they shower, and then we have a nice private little Tiki Hut that they can change
Yep.
in, and then we go home and they're done for the night. And so it's like wham bam, you get everything done after swim lessons there. And so I love how the convenience of that is.
Yeah, and we don't have locker rooms, so we do have like the individual changing huts, which definitely I think is really nice. So they are spacious enough for the whole family. I mean, with your 2 kids who swim. So yeah, you can change before lessons, you can change after lessons. We do have the showers, for the use. But it is nice. We actually had a group yesterday and they all left in like their unicorn pajamas. And so it's super fun to be able to see like half of the kids probably leave for the night in pajamas. So it's really,
Yeah.
really fun to see.
They have, and it's, they're learning, but it's also just like a fun activity to, like, keep them busy after school, get some movement, get some socialization, and then go home and go to bed. So yeah, it works out.
No,
Um,
absolutely.
Tell me about, so you mentioned it at the beginning about your science of SwimPlay. What does that look like? Because I know during different levels, they're learning different things. I know my son's favorite is like the dolphin. He's always telling me how he swims like a dolphin. And so I know that's what they're thinking of, but they're learning something while they're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's really kind of how our curriculum really focuses on the science of swim play. So we know that kids really learn best through guided play. So every single skill that we'd be working on, or as we're progressing towards the end goals for each level, we're really incorporating play into every single bit of our curriculum. So that way, it is really fun. We're obviously focusing on making sure that the kids are safer in and around the water, but a lot of the aspects of the curriculum really feel like a game and really are fun. You had mentioned, socialization. I personally really like, we have like smaller class ratios, but because we're perpetual lessons, they're on a set time and day of the week. So we'll see a lot of like friendships develop, and we have, like a fun area where they can come and color before. And so it's really nice because they're actually growing and they're playing with, the same group of kids every week. And so it is
Right.
kind of fun in the water. And then also like while they're, sitting out there with friends too.
And so talking about socialization, I mean, I know everyone's main concern and question is about, what type of COVID precautions you're taking. And I think you guys are doing a wonderful, and a lot of people think about like, how do you do that? Like with swim lessons. So what does that look like there?
Yeah, absolutely. So our pool actually has a UV filtration system. So the water itself is extremely sanitary. And, with COVID, we're making sure that we're sanitizing a lot throughout the facility. So, we had mentioned the changing huts. We're cleaning those every single use. We're making sure that we're sanitizing the restrooms as well. In the water, you'll actually see all of our swim instructors do have face shields on. So even though, we're in the water, we've got the face shields. We have updated a couple of the holds. So there's a little bit less contact where possible actually in the water. And then in the facility itself, we have limited the amount of parents that we're asking. So 1 parent per swimmer for the lessons. On the dry side, we do ask that you wear masks. And then we also have spread out the chairs too. So definitely doing a lot. We've expanded the lane lines. That way there's actually more room for the kids kind of to social distance in the pool. So we're definitely taking it seriously. We're doing everything that we can to make sure that the staff and our members are really safe.
That's awesome. And so, of course, it's starting to warm up. We're just a few months away from summer. And so a lot of people are thinking about swim lessons now. And you guys are offering something super fun for spring break week for the, children who are not in school. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. We're offering a spring break jumpstart clinic. So it's going to be the 16th through the 19th in the morning. So the first lesson will be 9, and then they'll go until 11:30. And so what a jumpstart clinic is, it's actually 4 days of consecutive lessons at the same time with the same instructor. So they're really concentrated, focusing on developing the skills needed to potentially progress through a level. So it's a month of lessons in 1 week. And oftentimes, a student can actually progress through to the next level in that period of time. So it'll be really awesome. We do have the enrollments live on our parent portal. I know that you had shared that on your Facebook page. So if you guys are interested, in getting set up for that, it's live. It'll be awesome. The 16th to the 19th.
We'll drop that link in the comments too, as you guys are watching this video, so you can sign up for that. And also, if you're not going anywhere tropical or traveling, you can just travel to Goldfish during spring break. So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't see it, but we've got a palm tree, so you can set up, bring your book, and it's a vacation for you. Just as much as it. Yes, absolutely.
And so if people are maybe going out of town or aren't able to jump on the spring break jump clinic, what are the steps that they can do to enroll for just regular swim lessons?
Yeah, so there are a couple of ways. We have, in my opinion, an extremely user-friendly parent portal. I absolutely love it. So you can actually get on there, create an account, and then you can take the swim assessment. So that's all online. Look at the class schedule. You can look at the instructor, and then you actually can enroll. Or you can call our front desk. So we have an amazing front desk staff who's here every day that we're operational for lessons. And, we can help you through that swim assessment, find a schedule, and then enroll. So we're doing lessons Tuesday through Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday. So the really nice thing is there isn't a certain start date. So if you called and if we had a lesson open, you could start that day, which is awesome.
And that reminded me, because a lot of families have multiple children at different levels. And that was one thing that I really loved having 2 different age children, is you guys really try hard to be able to schedule them at the same time. They may be in a different lesson or a different lane, but you guys try to coordinate. So you only have to be there once during the week and not have to come back several times, which is great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We definitely try our hardest to make sure that it really works for the whole family. We have between 6 and 7 lanes running at a time. And so when we're building out the schedule, we're really thinking, the different age groups of the siblings, and we try to do everything that we can to get everyone in the same half hour.
That's awesome. Well, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else to mention before we jump off? About Goldfish, about spring break, about anything else?
Yeah, absolutely. So we would definitely love to offer a free trial. So if anyone calls or stops in the school and mentions, this Facebook Live, we'd love to get you guys in for a free trial. We're always available for tours. So if you wanted to come check out the facility, see the changing huts and the palm tree for yourself, definitely stop in, and we would absolutely love to show you guys around.
That's great. Awesome. Well, we will be keeping an eye on this Facebook Live thread. So as you're watching the replay, drop your comments, drop your questions, and we'll make sure we're getting them answered. And we'll also drop the links down below so you can check out the portal and maybe get a tour. But thank you, Alexis, for joining us today. It was super fun to chat with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you next week on next Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Bye.